Alright, probably gonna be the last of the daily little build recap video things. Gonna go over kind of what's changed on the character over the last day. I'll do a map, just do some gameplay, talk about how things are going. And then after that, what I want to focus on is kind of the min-maxing, or what I'm currently foreseeing as the potential like fully min-maxing of the build setup, which is stuff that I don't know if I'll actually do it all myself, just what I think I would do at this moment if I was to go for some sort of min-max. But so let's see, where have we been? I got some gear upgrades again. I got a nice pair of gloves yesterday. Actually, I think all the other rares are maybe the same. Upgraded some jewels and stuff. We're up to 12.3 thousand ES. And I've also switched some other things around to focus better on the recharge stats, especially after replacing that unique chest that had all the recharge. So the recharge rate is up a lot higher. Recharge delay is pretty good. It's feeling really nice overall, and I think I got my resists are pretty much all capped, including the chaos. I mean, lightning is 2 off and chaos is 1 off. Whatever. On the Atlas side of things, I've got almost all my regular Atlas passes. I just need one more unique map, which I would have done, but unfortunately the Essence map is like bugged and just tends to not give you points credit. Um, right now I'm trying out shrines plus boxes. Shrine nodes I feel like are actually really nice. The box ones are okay. It's mostly just to try to get those unique boxes to spawn in more. And then just some other random stuff there. I was also able to finish up all the ritual points to go along the expeditions. And my boss one, I'm at 8 out of 10. I've been at 8 out of 10 for a while. Honestly, the reason I haven't finished this one is just because whatever the last notable I clicked would be doesn't seem like anything that impactful. The passive tree is kind of where things have been changing a lot still. Like, I've been shuffling a lot of things down, so I'm going to kind of just cover through this. I switched some pathing here at the start. Instead of going up this side, I went up this side. It saved a point and let me get like a little bit of mana regen. I unspec'd some mana regen down here. Most of this part's the same. I've actually, at this point, fully unspec'd every point that I had before of stun threshold off ES, which was I had these 2 points, and then for a little while I also had these 3. And what I've done instead is like all my jewels have that stun threshold mod, so I've been focusing it on the jewels, which I get a little bit less than I did when I had the passives, but I've also gained a ton of energy shield, so the actual like stun threshold itself I think has gone up quite a bit. And then, like I mentioned, recharge stuff. So I've got actually a full wheel of recharge rate and a full wheel of recharge faster recharge delay. That's helping a lot because like at this point I have so much energy shield, like getting more doesn't really matter. My damage feels fine. So decided to go for the stuff with the sustain. And then also what I've been trying is I actually got the totem nodes for it's like 60% totem life is the big thing here, and you get a little bit of damage and a little bit of cast speed, but it's definitely noticeable. I mean, it's 60% totem life. They still die all the time, even though they have 60% increased life there, and the gem is like level freaking 29. Yeah. As far as the green nodes go, that's like the weapon swap set for the secondary set. That looks like a bunch of weird stuff again. That's just for Sigil of Power. It's pretty much just chasing down all the AoE and all the duration to make the Sigil of Power as useful as possible for single target. Let's kill some mobs. I had a good map. I think, yeah, Savannah. Go kill some monsters. The gameplay itself, I don't think has really changed in a bit. We're just kind of doing things better and better. I did get 6 link on my Essence Drain as well. I put chain in finally. It's definitely nice. You could also just do a damage support for the 6th link if you don't want to do chain. But it does make it a little bit easier where sometimes you get some funky business where you're trying and failing to get Contagion plus Essence Drain on the same target. Yeah, I should probably do the ritual. I've been focusing on ritual plus expedition farming, which the build does pretty well on both of. On these rituals, I like to actually, I almost don't even cast Essence Drain that much. I just put the totems down and do Contagion. And it makes pretty good work of them most of the time. Sometimes it gets a little funky in those, like, the mobs are really spread out and I'm having to cast too many Contagions or something. But for the most part, it does the rituals really well. And then again, the expeditions. We got a Gloom Shrine. This is a prime example of the shrines being awesome. I have a minute-long Gloom Shrine now. I don't even really need to cast Contagion anymore. A rare mob, that is a rare mob. We just get these giant explosions. And all the packs just kind of die. Still very much clear speed capped by the ultimate move speed of the character, which again, if you didn't wear Wonder Traps and you wore rare boots, you could get a bit faster. And I don't know, maybe I'll do it at some point. I still don't know if I really care. I like the rarity, it's pretty nice to me. But it is a thing. Gonna jump up here so that hopefully the boss doesn't charge me. Then we get our good single target blasting in. I 5-linked my Contagion, I got Chaotic Freeze back. That was another thing too. You just freeze the boss, they don't get to play the game. That's pretty cool. I have a 5-link Contagion and the gem is literally level 1 because I don't want damage from it, and that's the only thing that scales. And it costs way too much mana. You level that gem up. Yeah, see right there. I actually missed my Essence Strain, but the chain bailed me out and got the spread anyway.
Another corpse to serve me.
Maybe I will get a good pair of rare boots as one of the not the next upgrade, like just, you know, give it the honest try and show how it feels. It could be possible that ultimately, like, the extra speed letting you clear more maps is just better than the rarity, even for, you know, magic finding value. It's totally possible, especially if you got a pair with 35 MS. I just have been satisfied overall with the Wonder Trap, and I don't know. I'm weird in that I don't really care about being ultimate speed all the time. As long as the clear feels good and satisfying, which it does. Right? That's usually enough for me. But it's probably still worth trying. But the next thing I want to upgrade is a weapon. I want to get like a really, really good wand. Which I don't know if that's going to be like a thing that I'm going to have to craft myself, or if I can save up and just buy something. I haven't looked. Yeah, with those Strongbox Atlas nodes, the research boxes, which are basically Arcanist box from PoE1, the currency one, are pretty much the only things I ever actually clear. I'll open like any box I run by if I remember to, even if I only end up killing like one pack from it. It doesn't hurt to click them. Another Gloom Shrine, huh? That's cool. Oh, there you go.
None can oppose me. Out of mana.
Yeah, the defense at this point is like super, super solid. Like the downside of ES is your recovery is limited. If you keep taking damage, you kind of just can't get your recharge to kick in right. But we have the convalescence skill now that lets you get past that on a long cooldown. But we have so much energy shield that the only times like I taking enough damage to actually need to press that happens so infrequently that it's just like, oh, it's just up every time you need it. So it's not even really a problem that it has a crazy cooldown, because we don't need to press it very often at all. That's aiming to physical. That's fine. And then with all the extra recharge, so the ES costs on my skills from the Lich node, if you look at just the actual number of ES, get pretty silly. Like my Contagion right now costs 721 energy shield. Like if you think of that in the context of just a character playing a normal life build, if they had a skill that costed 720 life, but it's fine for us because again it doesn't interrupt the recharge. If we aren't taking damage, we're just recharging it. And that's part of why the recharge rate was good, because those gaps in between taking damage from enemies, you're generally still losing ES due to your own self-afflicted kind of damage. It's not really damage, but basically damage. Yeah, it feels really nice to actually get the recharge. Oh man of whittling, I can't afford you. Um, that for again, but I can't defer. Uh-oh. I don't think that means it disappears. I might have goofed. Alright, anyway. Now, how to min-max. What am I missing that I think will make this character as strong as it could be? First up, better rares. I mean, pretty much across the board. Like, I don't know, maybe my body armor I would never upgrade, even though it's technically could be better. I could have the base that has more energy shield, but I do kind of like the mana regen implicit, and I might just keep the value of that anyway. But like, yeah, better rares everywhere. Like a wand with just better stats, whatever. Um, just yeah, amulet with energy shield rolls. A big one would be, I think, ingenuity is probably the play. Once you get really, really good rings, because to me, a belt has 4 stats that can roll that you care about, which is life and then triple resists. A ring can roll 5 good stats. It can roll, life and triple res, or it can roll cast speed as well, which is even better. But it has an extra prefix that's useful, which is like the chaos damage. Belts just don't have anything that I care about that much. And then rings also have implicits. So you would lose out on 4 stats from a belt, but in like a best case scenario with ingenuity, you have a total of like 5.5 to 6-ish stats from each ring at 30% of each, so it's like 60% of your rings, but they're just so much better. I think ingenuity wins, and you get some charm slots, which is, I don't know, probably not useless. Aside from that, if I was gonna min max for more bossing and stuff, I could also get like a different corrupted helmet with better damage bypass, like 12% damage bypass, and then 15% or higher life as ES. For some defense value, I could replace Wonder Trap with rares, which I might try that out. Probably will at some point anyway. Um, you could get the Melting Maelstrom unique flask for Mana Flask. I don't think it's gonna do any damage though, to be honest. It does like based on how much mana you spend, and we spend tons of mana, right? Our whole thing is that we just regen it really fast, but I'm pretty sure that flask would still do like no damage, and you don't actually need a Mana Flask for Mana Flask purposes. Also, actually, wait, I think it turns off when you hit full mana anyway, so it would just be bad. Outside of those things, like jewels, I mean, I'm pretty good with my jewels. They're all 4 stats. They could be like more divined. I looked at time loss jewels. Didn't seem that impressed with any of the spots to do with them. Like this is probably the best line. It just still didn't look that good. Probably just regular jewels. It could be technically corrupted. Like maybe you could get one that's corrupted for your lich slot with like a 5th stat or an implicit or something. Would obviously be good. As far as unique jewels go, I don't think I would care about the like arbiter one that gives +3 to a random skill, because you're either getting effigy or essence strain. And I mean, you could get one with +3 to effigy for even more single target damage to min max that. But holy hell, your mana cost would be getting absolutely insane at that point. Megalomaniac, is it called Megalomaniac in PoE 2? I think it is. One that gives, yeah, random notables. Could obviously be very good. Like 2 good notables for a jewel socket is just insane value for sure. But good luck finding that. A Megalomaniac with 1 good notable, I don't think beats these rare jewels with like ES, cast speed, stun threshold, and then either damage or a recharge stat. I don't think a single notable beats those. I think you'd have to have 2 usable ones. And then the last thing would be gem stuff, right? So obviously like level 20 or level 21 even gems, 6 link, whatever. If I got a 6 link on my contagion, I'd probably add in, I think it's acrimony or mobility support. One makes enemies not regen, and the other one makes you move a little faster when you cast. I don't think I need more supports on Blasphemy. Despair 6 link, I would add in Arcane Surge. That one could be really cool. Good Arcane Surge uptime on bosses for cast speed and regen boost. And then anything else need anything? Not really. There is a bit of min-max on the Sigil of Power staff. Mine currently gives a level 16 sigil with +4 all. You can get level 18 or even level 19 sigil with +6 all. And then maybe even a higher cast speed roll so that when you cast it, it drops faster. But, you know, a few more levels could give, instead of mine currently having 15% more damage per stage, it could be like 16% more per stage, which is not that much, but, you know, it's a thing. Um, and yeah, that's kind of, I think, everything that I see in the current path to like fully min maxing. Obviously, the hardest part of all of that is just getting better and better rares. Like they just become insane. But yeah, I mean the build is already just super strong, and if I want to push it, which I'll push it some bit further, I don't know how much. Depends on if I decide there's something else I want to play sooner or later. We shall see. But for this one, that's all I got. Hope you've enjoyed these recaps, and thanks for watching. See ya.